Obviously, the slow start for about 14 minutes today, and you guys kind of put it on there toward the end of the first half. But what was off? Was it? Can you add that to the break coming off of that? What do you add up to the slow start to today?
We're not the type to make excuses. We started off practice. When we got back, it was kind of dead. We didn't have any enthusiasm to be back, and I think that had something to do with our energy coming into the game. We tried to pick it up during shoot around, but by that time it was too late. But we fought back, and we did some things that were good, and as you saw, we did some bad things, but we had to learn from them.
Frank, what was Frank's message at halftime?
Grow up. Got to grow up. Got to trust the process, and if we do that and stay together and be a good teammate, then he has our back no matter what.
David, what you obviously played pretty well at Clemson, got some minutes and came off the bench, gave a spark. What was your break like, and do you feel like you've started to turn a little bit of a corner? You talked about still adjusting to things when we talked to you a couple weeks ago, but where are you right now in terms of your comfortability with this team and particularly offensively in the way that you kind of attacked the rim tonight?
I'm getting very comfortable with my teammates, and I have to give all my thanks to my teammates, like our seniors, not seniors, but our veteran guys, Mike and Chris and Hassani. They helped me through everything. And our coaches, they just there through every step of the way. So they just basically lead me on my path. And Coach Frank trusted me, believed in me, and he put me in positions where I could do what I can do. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wes, going off from that, obviously that first half you guys struggled to shoot offensively, but between both of you guys were able to get into a rhythm. What was it for you though in particular, Wes, being able to get the shots to go, attacking the hoop? What was that?
My teammates set great screens for me to get open, so I believe that was part of me getting to the basket and just staying aggressive at all times and not settling. So my teammates had a lot to do with that, and coaches, they really enforce on getting to the basket and getting up foul shots.
It's time for SEC play now. How do you guys think do you think you're prepared for it now? And if not, what do you have to do to get ready before Mississippi?
It's going to be a tough road game, of course. Any game in the SEC is going to be tough. I've never played in the SEC, neither has David, but what we've heard is we have to, guard the ball. Guarding the ball is one of the things that we've struggled with, especially with ball screens, and just practicing. That's all we can do at this point. I feel like we're almost there, but at the same time, it's little things that have to change, like attitudes and enthusiasm, just little things like that'll help us when we go on road.
Frank, I think you and Hassani were in here after the Temple game, and Beatty, David scored 13 in that game. I think you or Hassani said, that's what you guys were waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
You had seen it in practice, kind of show up here or there. What do you see from him in practice, and what are you seeing now more of that translate to the game? Where do you think he is, kind of comfort-wise?
I feel like he's getting there. He's a freshman, of course, but he's very aggressive at practice, and we were trying to figure out when he was going to, finally, show us a little bit, and he's starting to get into it. Maybe the break help, maybe going home and being with his family help, but we're going to look. We need that off the bench. We need everybody, like from the starters to the last person on the bench. That's just how we play. We don't have one person that can just take us there. We have to play as a collective.
That's hot.
That was hot. For David, I'm sorry for calling you Wes, by the way, at the beginning. Just realized that. Going on from that, though, getting ready for SEC play, what's some of the things that you're just expecting? Here you're going to a hostile environment at Ole Miss. Here's an opportunity to be able to set the tone and be able to get things going.
It's a great challenge for our team and really know what our personality is. So I'm really looking forward to it. I love big crowds and people booing. I love that. I want my team to love that, and I'm gonna try to get my team enthusiasm throughout the whole game, keep them up, and just play hard until the wheels fall off, and just go hard through a brick wall for Frank Martin, and we're gonna come out on top. That was hot.
Frank, what did you take from the Clemson game? Obviously, you were on a pretty good roll there going into that, and then, biggest game of the year and on the road, things like that, and you have some struggles. What did you take from that kind of going to break? Was the break good for you to kind of refresh some things and maybe take some negatives from that and turn them into positives?
Foul trouble was huge for us. I got in foul trouble fast. I didn't even know I was in foul trouble until he didn't put me back in. I was like, oh, I must have 4 fouls. And so it was kind of hard to get a rhythm. If you ask anybody, once you sit on the bench for a little while and trying to get back into the game, it's kind of hard. But, I try to encourage my teammates, try to keep them going. But the break, it helped. Being with family always helps. No matter what sport you're playing or what you're doing, family always helps. And coming back, we just have to make sure we come for practice and practice with enthusiasm and actually want to be there and just fight each other so we can go and win a game.
Last question.
Frank, the Limestone coach came in here and said that South Carolina's going to be really, really good when they're making shots. That seems to kind of been the trend all year. When you guys have shot the ball well, you've been successful. When you haven't, you've had your losses. Is that the challenge for this team? Is figuring out different ways to win when you're not lights out from the perimeter and things like that?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. We're trying to get Chris and Mike and all the bigs to when they do get it down there to, score the ball through contact and things like that, because during practice they're making shots and during games it's like, sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. It's like we want them to be dominant because we know they can be dominant. Chris and Mike are probably some of the most dominant big men I've been around, and so once they do get the ball down there, we want them to score from the inside so it can open up some outside shots for us, wide open shots so we can just knock down shots.